The history of organized retail in India can be traced back to the British rule during the mid 1800s when a departmental store was opened by Spencer & Co. Limited. Post-independence, the first retail mall of India, Spencer Plaza, in Chennai opened up in 1991. However, the momentum of malls started to pick up in 1999 when two more retail malls, Crossroads in Mumbai and Ansal Plaza in Delhi, became operational. From just three malls in the entire length and breadth of the country, the Indian retail malls have grown exponentially in both size and numbers. After 2003, malls started multiplying in metro cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Pune, and tier 2 cities like Gurgaon, Noida, Ghaziabad, etc. Now, the mall concept has spread to many suburban areas as it has become an acceptable trend, and investors and builders consider constructing a shopping mall a very profitable venture. The growth rate was tremendous from 2003 onwards and saw a peak in 2007 to 2008 till the recession struck in 2008. Shoppers have gradually developed a liking for shopping malls over the usual kirana stores or general stores. In fact, retail malls today are an integral part of life in urban India. Even though India started late in terms of development of retail malls compared to other nations, they have changed shopping from a need-driven activity to leisure time entertainment. Having said that, the Great Indian Mall boom kick-started recently compared to other developed countries. The key aspect that makes India fare better than other countries is the huge volume of sales. Several crucial policies by the central government over the last few years have also done very well for the overall real estate sector in the country. Liberalization in FDI or foreign direct investment policies has repositioned Indian retail sector on the global map of investments, attracting a large number of global retailers into the Indian diaspora and further fueling growth of organized retail in the country. Today, malls focus on providing a wide range of offerings to each consumer to keep them occupied through the day along with improving the overall shopping experience. In addition to core shopping outlets, food courts, pubs, fine dine restaurants, entertainment zones, multiplexes, and many more options are now an integral part of shopping malls. Possessing a wide variety of options increases the consumer stickiness in the mall, which leads to a rise in footfall and overall trade values. In recent years, e-commerce has grown exponentially. As per estimates, e-commerce in India is expected to grow from $38.5 billion as of 2017 to $70 billion by 2027. The advent of e-commerce has converted shopping into mobile devices in the form of websites or apps. At the click of a button, one can buy just anything from groceries to apparel to electronics and almost anything else. For a while, it appeared that the couch potato shopping was gaining prominence. So, is the rise of e-commerce a blessing or a curse for shopping malls? While it did cause disruption, it was not enough to have a significant and lasting impact on the conventional retail formats. Initially, the heavy discounts offered by e-commerce sites excited buyers and impacted malls, causing a slight dip in the overall footfalls and sales. But consumers came back as they missed the holistic retail experience. More than that, they felt that malls are not mere shopping destinations, but a place where they can unwind and get entertained. And with the discount seasons becoming a vogue even across malls, shoppers are all geared up to feel the experience whether in malls or in the virtual world as per their convenience. Thus, despite all the pressures, both e-commerce and brick and mortar stores will coexist in the future. With e-commerce spreading its wings, retail malls and shopping centers were forced to expand their presence beyond brick and mortar, and as of today, both online and offline world to continue to coexist and are likely to do so in the future as well. The changing business environment, favorable policy shifts, and the entry of numerous global players indicate that a resurgence of shopping malls in India is definite. Today, shopping malls are considered as entertainment hubs and hangout zones, making customers to drive down to malls for social gatherings as one can't really celebrate an occasion online. Also, there are certain categories that e-commerce can't cater to significantly, including luxury and upmarket products where look and feel is important more than just the cost. Even then, quite a few badly conceived and executed shopping malls did fail. With that being said, one lesson learned is that there's a distinct need for developing multi-channel retailing rather than just relying on traditional methods. The fact that online biggies like Amazon and Alibaba Group are investing in offline stores indicates that physical retail business is not going anywhere in spite of all the assault of online portals. When customers want a shopping experience, they come to the stores. So, the online and offline mediums have started working together in one ecosystem. Now, let's talk about the relatively untapped markets. Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities are undoubtedly the future growth engines of the country. Several factors are working in their favor, including the saturation of metros due to limited space availability, mounting rental values, and crippled infrastructure facilities. Along with that, multiple infra upgrades in smaller cities and technological enhancements are creating awareness about various brands, products, markets, etc. In fact, the present day customer in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities is demanding, more aware, educated, has higher disposable income, and is a globe-trotter, which makes it necessary for a revolutionary change in the retail segment to cater to such customer type. This change showcases a strong momentum and potential in the market size of Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. As per industry estimates, the market size of Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities is expected to grow from the current $5.7 billion to $80 billion by 2026. In fact, Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities will be the major contributors in overall organized retail, currently growing 20 to 25% annually. Due to radical shifts in the consumption patterns of new age consumers in smaller towns, wherein they are moving beyond shopping for necessary things to buying products that are majorly consumed in urban areas, there lies a hidden opportunity for retailers to tap into the potential of Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. As per estimates, nearly 100 million people out of the 3 to 400 million middle class currently residing in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities itself. This indicates that a significant portion of the target segment for the retailers continue to live in non-metro cities. As per National Survey of Household Income and Expenditure, smaller cities like Surat, Kanpur, Jaipur, Lucknow, Nagpur, Bhopal, and Coimbatore have high expenditure households with large sets of younger population, leading to unprecedented growth in disposable incomes since 2000. Currently, Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities have limited presence of malls. The success of organized retail in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities largely depends on features such as infrastructure development, support from the local government, changing product preferences leading to increased demand, seamless supply chain, and logistics. As per the acceptability of products in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, retailers should customize their offerings and try to grab a pie of the market. Considering that there exists tremendous potential in smaller cities, it's high time that retail malls expand rapidly in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Notwithstanding the growth interests of investors, Tier 2 cities alone have reportedly received an investment of more than $6,000 million during the period of 2006 to 2016, while Tier 3 cities received around $500 million over the same period. Meanwhile, during the same period, Tier 1 cities collectively received investments of $1,300 million. This shows that investors and mall developers are slowly realizing the potential of these smaller markets and trying to make their presence felt. But the speed of development must pick up the pace. Flourishing Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities include Ahmedabad, Bhubaneswar, Chandigarh, Coimbatore, Indore, Jaipur, Lucknow, Kochi, Nagpur, Vadodara, etc. So, retail malls, after surfacing in the late 90s, have witnessed an ongoing evolution to cater to the changing needs of the shoppers. The policy support and growing interest of overseas entities in developing economies such as India has continuously fueled the growth of retail malls. However, due to lack of experience and expertise, malls in India witnessed failure and closure as well. But reworking on the strategies to capture more shoppers in the digital era of online shopping has helped these malls to coexist in the highly competitive environment. It is also evident that the Indian retail industry has been on a steep unlearning curve. This process is by no means complete. The retail scene in India, as well as the rest of the world, is changing far too rapidly for players to become complacent. In other words, the process of evolution for retail industry is a constant work in progress. And yes, there will always be winners and losers. However, given the pace of adaptation we are seeing today, it is more than likely that 10 years from now there will be far more winners than losers.